Got my granddad's Chevy, she's a 92. Bench seat vinyl.
Already broke one of those small bolts off. That one was barely tight. Hey there everybody, went and picked a marketplace deal up find here. Was gonna bring it to you guys on the channel for you to view. Thought it was a pretty good pickup, so you guys will tag along with me here and I'll show you what I went and picked up. Went and picked up a worn 8274. Lower you guys down here, give you a better view of it. Like I just said, picked up a worn 8274 high mount, front mount winch. They're high speed winching compared to your conventional style winch like this. They're a lot higher speed winch than this style. They take up a little more room though, as their name is high mount. But they mount to the front of your bumper instead of the bottom. Like this style mounts to a winch plate like this, and your fair lead's right here, and your winch is bolted to that. So it's three different pieces, where this is just sitting on the winch plate. Where this style, if you have the winch mount, the fair lead is right here, and it's mounted to a plate that's like an L. So it mounts to the bottom, and it mounts to the bumper, and then it comes up, and your fair lead and winch are sandwiched together and mount to that plate. Show you guys a picture of a mount if I can find one online. I'll integrate it into the video here. Believe this one's an 80s model. Got a date code FD7, and I believe it's from the 80s because it's got a plastic solenoid box here. The 70s had a metal one. Other than that, that's all I know about it basically. Went and picked it up for 50 bucks on Marketplace. Screaming deal, I think. Most people are asking about $150 for these in this or just a little bit better condition where they still need some refurbishing or rebuilding. Definitely be rebuilding this one on the channel. They got 120 feet of cable, where the conventional style that everybody uses today only has about 80 feet. So about that 40 more feet of cable at your capability. They winch about a third faster than other winches, I believe it is. Then you got this knob right here that would be your disengage to give this free spool. Currently is seized. Have to pull this plate off and see if we can get that working again. It's got steel cable on it right now. Probably putting synthetic rope on it. Gonna get a new nameplate here. Gonna be having to get a new motor, I presume. Need a new solenoid pack where you have two of these, bring it in, two bring it out. Your remote plugs in here. Got to get a remote for it also. It might work as it sits or it might not. Probably a way to test it, see if it works right now. Excited about picking it up, an old 8274 relic. See a lot of these on old CJs, and they got an 8,000 pound winching capacity. Not sure if we'll be running this one on the ZJ build or what we'll put it on might restore it to its former glory and keep it as a classic, or just save it until I get another cool Jeep and stick it on that. Still a cool winch to have. Picked it up on that great deal of a deal. Jumped on that as soon as I saw the listing. The guy had just posted it like 12 minutes before. Pretty cool winches. Glad to have my hands on one. I've been looking at one for a long time on Marketplace. They're kind of expensive. Everybody wants an arm and a leg for them. I got just probably a toe for this one. In this winch, your gearbox and reduction gears and everything are all in here, and then it's got this exposed clutch brake geared system. Where this style, everything is all internal. You got your motor over here, then you got your gearbox and everything over here. These ones take up a lot less space mounted to a winch plate like this. That's why a lot of people run these ones these days, because they're easier to set up on the front of a Jeep than this style. They're pretty cool looking winches and they work really good. They're strong, they're really durable. Depends on what you like. If you want compact ease to mount to your vehicle, or if you want something that's a little bigger, might be a little harder to package, but a little stronger and got faster winching capability and more rope length for longer winches. Let's do some work to this winch. Definitely not going to be running the steel cable. Let's see if we can take it off. We'll be running synthetic rope when we get this winch up and running. So let's try to take this steel cable off. See if we can get the free spool working again. I'll take these 4 bolts off that hold it on and see what its problem is. Start taking these 4 bolts off.
I'm built from iron, forged in flame.
1 bolt.
Every scar's a part of my name. You can throw your storms I drove these back roads.
Well guys, that was unfortunate. Went and tried to pull that out and maybe take the top housing off to be able to pull this plate off here. So put it back on and everything seems good in there. There's no rust on this gear that I saw that sits behind here that this rod is hooked up to behind. So that's exciting that there was no rust in there. Maybe we'll remove this solenoid pack right here. Solenoids probably work, but I'll just set it to the side right now. Remove these giant clamps right here. That's what holds it on. Is off, I believe. Yeah, it's just caught on the wires here. What all your leads connect to and everything, the solenoid box. Set that big old nasty mess to the side. Now you can get a better look at everything here. This is your motor up here. Electric 12-volt motor sits up there. Got your 3 ports here that your hot comes into, and then the ground over here on the side. Ground's right here. It's a big old motor on them. Be replacing that. Let's see what else we can do to this old thing. Looks like these are flathead screws also. Remove that lug also off of there. It's a little tight on there. They don't want to come off. I don't want to strip them out either. They're just a flathead. Let me see if I can find a better screwdriver. Got a bigger screwdriver. It's got a bigger blade on it. More leverage without it trying to move around on you. Try tightening it and then loosen it. Maybe that would work. It looked like it moved a little when I tightened it there. Maybe I'll try the other one also. Ooh, it moved easy. Unless it's broken off, hopefully not. Already broke one of those small bolts off. That's what your bolt looks like. It's like 8 inches long. It's got that lug on the end. That one was barely tight. Give it a few taps here. Try to break some rust up on this surface, see if it breaks anything loose, and then we'll pull it off. There we go, she broke free. You can see the crack opening up right here. Just wiggle it back and forth. Remove this front plate maybe off the end of the motor here. There we go, came off. And then you got your copper wire here. Pull that off, slides in there. It's just a smooth shaft. Comes in and out of this hole. Looks like there's a bearing in here that it sits in. We'll remove this cover and then maybe we can pre-spool. It's got 3 Allen bolts. Let's hope we can get those out without stripping them out. Be a sad day if we stripped one of them out. Spray all 3 of them down real quick with some PB Blaster. Picked up this DeWalt set of Allen wrenches and Torxes not too long ago. It was on sale. I liked how this one was in its own little case and everything, so I could just carry it around without having to carry loose rails of Torxes and Allen wrenches. So I picked this one up for really cheap. This will be the first time I've used it. Let me get my 3/8 ratchet. Let's try loosening this up here. Wow, we got the first one to loosen up real easy. That was almost too easy. Let's hope they all go like that. I thought it was just threaded into the case down here. Guess you just got an Allen headed bolt and a square nut down on the bottom. That makes it easier. Keep those together so we don't lose them. Try getting to this back one. I might need to clean the head out on that one a little bit. It's kind of dirty. There we go. That one took a lot of work to break it loose. Took it slow. Wasn't forcing anything to come off. We'll get it out here and then we'll have another one to do. I was using, I think it's a 6mm Allen for that first one. It fit pretty snug, but there was just a little bit of wobble in there. This one's a 1/4 inch Allen, and it fits just perfect. It was a little snug, so I just tapped it in there. Probably the one it takes if they weren't all rusty. So I got one more to do and try to get this top cover off so we can see what's going on, why it won't free spool. Take my hammer, just make sure we're in the slots good and give it one little tap. Try loosening first. There we go. Wasn't very tight. There we go. Thought maybe it broke for a minute, but nope, it came out. Give it a couple love taps, busts it free. There we go. Back with you after I removed all that cable. Here's the 120 feet of steel cable. Got it all off the drum of the worn winch here. The drum looks like it's in immaculate condition here on the surface where the steel cable was. Side's got a little surface rust on them. No biggie. Nothing a wire wheel or wire brush wouldn't take off really quick. You can see in there, I've spun it a couple times. I don't see any missing teeth or anything down in on any of these gears. They all look good. Everything moves freely. Sounds good. I don't hear any major grinding or anything, so everything seems good. Let's look inside this other geared one. Got your fork to disengage. It's stuck right now. We'll try to figure that out here, and then just loosely reassemble everything so it's together for storage, and then so we don't get any rust build up in here. Let's figure this out real quick and then put it back together. But let's retake these bolts out again. I didn't put them on very tight, so should be easy just to take off. Let's pull it out here. It holds this gear. There's a little fork there, kind of like a fork inside of a front axle on the vacuum actuator. It just holds onto this gear through a slot, and then it just spins on there. And then you can disengage, engage. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. I don't see it. Doesn't look bent or anything. Maybe it's just corroded. So, just took a little piece of sandpaper in there, rolled it up, cleaned that surface up, got the fork out, cleaned it up a little bit, the rust and corrosion off that was on it. Held in there by a little detent, drops into these grooves or disengaged and engaged. We'll reassemble this. The handle knob just screws on there. There's a little brass grommet in there that's threaded. Thing back together might be like World War III. I went together actually pretty dang easy once I got it to go through there. Seems like it's moving on its own now. Thread the handle back on here. Goes on pretty easy once you get it started. You can get it pretty snug. Yep, works pretty well now. Yep, sure works nice now. Just a little bit of pressure and it slides, and that's how it goes back together. Screw everything back together on this plate and it'll be back together, and then we can mate this back with the other half. Have the winch back together for right now until we get parts. Yep, that would be disengaged. Engaged works like it should, it seems. Hold this like that, and that's where it goes. We'll put it back together. So we got that reassembled. So we got that to come in and out. Pretty nice to have that working. So close this video out here for you guys. Hope you guys liked what you saw on this little bit of a walkthrough on a marketplace deal find I picked up. Hope you guys are liking the other videos you're seeing on the channel. Hope you guys will like, share, and subscribe. And thank you.